So I really wanted to talk to you guys tonight about creating a power hour for yourself. And it's kind of segueing into the power of threes, which our team really hasn't talked about a lot. I know other teams do, so you may have heard of the power of three before. But the more I've been researching it and watching other teams who use this system, the more I see the benefit it has. So I'm going to be going over that with you guys tonight. I'm going to give you guys a couple of options about how to create a power hour that works for yourself and your goals and what you personally want to get out of this business. And so I have a couple of options, so don't think there's only one way. Like I say, this business is for yourself. So you can do it however what works best for you, or change it up. So just take this as a grain of salt and just some different tips and ideas for yourself. Basically, to give you guys a little bit of background, if you don't know how I got started with Beachbody, I had quit my full-time job, and when I found Beachbody, I didn't have a job. Luckily, my boyfriend supported me and he believed in me and he said, go for it. You don't need to get another job. So I was able to commit to Beachbody as much time as I wanted. And because I felt this was where I was supposed to be, and I had nothing better to do, and I fell in love with everything and I just jumped all in. So a lot of people were saying, how many hours a day do you commit to your business? I was committing 8 to 12. Like, I was obsessed with this business. I was excited. I was passionate about it. So I spent 12 hours a day because I didn't want it to stop. So basically, people say, well, I don't have 8 to 12 hours a day. And if you guys know, I'm working full time now. I don't have another 8 hours as much as I wish I did. So we really have to compound our time, and time is valuable. I know for all of us, because some of us have kids, some of us have multiple jobs, some of us go to school. So if you break it down and just commit an hour of your day to this business, I promise you that will compound into lasting results and a business that is going to pay off. But the only way that will pay off is if you are consistent with this. So you can't just do an hour here like a couple of times a week. You need to commit an hour every day to this business. It's not a lot, and that hour will go by like that. But if you can commit to this, like I said, it's going to pay off for you guys. So you have to do it every day. And how you can make this be successful and work in your favor is you have to put your blinders on. It can be really easy because this business is based on social media for us to get really excited about the little red notifications in the top right-hand corner and see all those messages, and you get so excited and then you start scrolling. You have to stop that because you have to realize this business is a business for you. And if you want to start making income from it, you can't be doing the scroll for hours. And I know that we're all guilty of that. I do it myself. But if you want to turn this into a business, a profitable business, you have to put those blinders on. You have to stop the scroll, and you have to look at it as a business. So my first thing is you guys need to get a tracker of some kind. There's plenty of trackers. I can share some more. I'm going to share the Power of Threes tracker in our team page after this call so that you guys can kind of see a visual of what it looks like. These are all things you can print out, or you can make in Google spreadsheets so that you can have it on any of your devices. So, but to be able to track our business, to be able to measure it, that's going to be how you really, it's part of just treating it like a business. We don't just make a sales call and then don't know what our result was from it. So basically we need to track and watch our progress. So let's talk about power hours. So basically there is So if you have an hour a day, if you are kind of at the basic level or just getting started as a coach, you can use your power hour, can even count your drinking your Shakeology and working out. If you did a 30-minute workout, you still have 30 minutes left. Basically, you could split those last 30 minutes into two and do 15 minutes of personal development and 15 minutes of inviting. And you're probably thinking, like, how do I invite in 15 minutes? Well, basically, you need to, like, find a script that works for you or come up with just engaging questions. Things can be super simple with inviting. Be like, hey, Shelby, how are you doing? Like, I see that you're working out. Do you have any goals? Is there anything I can help you with? And then that can be it. That can be the start of your conversation. But the only way you can do that in 15 minutes is if you have your blinders up. You can't be getting distracted by notifications or Facebook or Instagram. You have to go in with the intention, like, I need to invite at least 3 people. So who do I need to look for, and who would be the best person for me to reach out to? So then you just send them a message. And if you're only inviting 3 people a day, which is kind of the typical for starting out coaches, then you can easily do that in 15 minutes because you're not getting distracted by pictures or videos. So that's the basic power hour. And that will move your business forward because you're doing technically the 3 vital behaviors. And that is what do they call it? The basics. That isn't the word I was looking for, but that's the basics of this business, and it's the secret sauce. People think there's more to it, but really that's it. As long as you're doing your workouts and being a product and listening to your personal development and inviting people on your journey, then you're gonna move forward because people are seeing what you're doing, and then you're saying, hey, come do it with me. A tip to add more time to this basic power hour is listen to your personal development while you're working out. This always motivates me. I work out so much harder when I like throw some Tony Robbins on, or not one of the like slower guys like Jim Rohn or John Maxwell, like, not like your wise grandfather. Like when you're listening to a very powerful speaker, you're like, oh man, I want to pump some iron. I want to like hit this workout. And then it's like you're listening to it, and it's, if you're having like epiphanies or like, oh yeah, that would totally help me in this situation, you start like working out extra hard because you're like, yeah, and like you're getting in tune, like your body is getting in tune. I don't know what it is. I've told you guys I've been walking to work in the morning and listening to personal development, and just like the physical exercise of even just walking with the personal development and like feeling pumped up from Chalene Johnson, I'm like a brand new person 20 minutes later, and it's only 20 minutes. And so it makes such a huge difference. And I think it's a really powerful element to put your physical body in motion with your brain, and like having these like aha moments, and you're like, oh yeah, I love that. And it kind of matches in sync. Like, I don't even know science or the terminology, but there has to be something that's like being released at the same time. So you're like, wow, personal development makes me feel really good. Oh, exercising makes me feel really good because of the personal development. So they really work together. So that's a basic power hour. But so don't feel so overwhelmed. And I think that's what people are kind of scared of with this business, because there is so much information and there's so many different things you could be doing, and people are getting distracted by PicMonkey tutorials and all these different coach trainings and changing webinars and stuff like that. You don't have to do that kind of stuff. That's just advanced. But to get started, and where all those people got started was with a power hour. So if you only have time to do your workouts in an hour, do it in his time. So let me tell you about the power of threes. So the power of 3 is really cool. 3 is going to come up a lot tonight. it's funny because it's like the 3 vital behaviors, the power of 3s, and then I'm going to be telling you more about the power of 3. So I will post this so you guys can see it. So there's all these kind of different categories. I wrote it out clear on this page. So if the power of 3 is on the basics of you invite 3 or talk to 3 people in each of these categories. So the first category is find 3 new friends on social media. So either you go on Instagram and tap on 3 people and add them, or you go through your friends on Twitter or Facebook and find new friends. They can be anyone, but basically to have these new connections actually mean something, you need to find people that you actually want to be friends with. A lot of people just add whoever, and then they're like, who are these weirdos? Like, I don't like them, or I don't jive with them. Like, make sure these are people that you actually want to be friends with. So I always look for girlfriends that are like 21 to like 30, because those are the girls I can relate to and probably are either in a long-term relationship or just married, but people without kids I can relate to, because it's just so hard for me to be like, oh, you have plenty of time to work out. I don't understand changing diapers. So find people that relate to you. So that's the first category, is adding 3 new friends. The next one is find 3 people to re-engage with. So they're not going to be the people that you just added as friends. You're not going to be inviting these people to the coaching opportunity or a challenge group. These are 3 people that you're just like, hey, Susie, I saw you just took a trip to Hawaii. How was that? Or Jackie, you got a new pit bull puppy. He's so cute. What's its name? And you're just going to start conversations with these people and re-engage your friendship. This is the people that you kind of start forming with. If you forgot what form was, like, comment below in the group and I can go over that again with you guys. But you're going to be building the relationship. This business is built on relationships. If you just come up to them like, hey, join my challenge group, they're going to be like, why? Who are you? Like, I'm not interested in you. For people to be interested in you, you need to be genuinely interested in them. So find 3 people a day to re-engage with. So now we need to find another 3 people, and you are going to be inviting these people to a challenge group. So these people aren't the ones that you just added today. They're not the ones that you just re-engaged with. These are kind of the people that are like 3 steps down that you did this a few days ago. Or maybe the ones that are always like liking your sweaty selfies or commenting on your workout posts. So these are the kind of people that you're like, hey, why don't you join me? I see like you need a system, or like you want to try something different. And then those are the people you're going to invite to a challenge group. And then the next category is follow-ups. These are people that have sent you messages, and I don't know about you, but I will be walking into a store and get a messenger or a text message, and I read it, and then like I get distracted by a shoe sale or something, and then I forget the message. Or it's someone like I read at work, but my boss is standing nearby, so I can't message them back. So be sure to be following up with them. So these are going to be another 3 people, if not go through all your messages. But those are 3 people that you're following up with. And the cool thing is, since we only have, technically, I'm trying to keep this to an hour for you guys, these can be the people that have responded to your challenge group invite the previous day. So basically, this is all kind of like a huge cycle that works all together and interweaves. And then the last category is the coaching opportunity. Basically, you want to be inviting them to this awesome team. Don't we want more people on this call? I know I do. So that's the last category. So basically, all you need to do is find 3 people in each of these categories, and then the next day, it's kind of like switches over to the next one. or following up with these people, and they're kind of moved on to the next step. So this is so frustrating to me, and it just happened to me before I got on this call, but I saw one of these girls that I'm so into and want her to be on this team, and then Facebook told me that she liked another coach's page, and I'm like, I should have talked to her first. And I thought, oh, she's pregnant. Why would she want to join my team? And that is why I didn't think about it. But you know what? She's probably already thinking about her future and how she wants to drop this baby weight that she's gaining. And so she's looking down the line and probably interested in these other coaches. So I want you guys to learn this. I'm telling you all the time to learn from my mistakes. And the only way people are going to say yes to you is if you ask them. You guys have such an amazing opportunity. Like, you guys, Beachbody has changed your life in some way or another, whether you feel so much healthier or you just have a more vibrant life, or maybe you're able to pay for date night, or maybe even you're like thinking about how you want to like quit your job eventually. So you're always going to get a no if you never ask. They might not say no when you ask them. So don't just assume that. And don't just assume because they're pregnant they're going to say no to you, because maybe they're just waiting till they pop the baby and then they'll say yes. So who knows? So don't be afraid to ask them. So that's the power of threes. I really am excited about that. And there's trackers that we can have, and it can be super helpful. So you can start seeing who you followed up with. And then the next day, then you can be like, oh yeah, I messaged Jackie about the coaching opportunity. I need to follow up with her on Tuesday. So now I'm going to kind of dive into a little bit more advanced power hour. And this is going to be helpful, especially if you don't have a lot of time. So this is the power hour where you're not counting your workout. This is the one where like you can sit down at a computer or sit down on your phone and just knock out some business. So I like to, different days of the week, kind of assign them to different projects. A lot of people think, oh, if I only have an hour, how am I going to write this great blog post? Or, you know, like, I don't have time to be posting 3 times a day on social media. How do you get this time? So each different day of the week, I will do different activities. So Monday, I'll spend, 30 minutes of my power hour knocking out a blog post, either putting a recipe that I found on there. And guys, you don't need to reinvent the wheel. Like, I find recipes on Pinterest all the time, and then I make it my own, even by just putting the picture of the food I made on there. Like, you don't have to reinvent the recipe either. Just share it as, I'm not trying to plagiarize, but just share like your journey. And hey, I made this cauliflower pizza and it was delicious. So you don't have to worry about having to come up with new content. Just come up with what you're doing in life. So Monday, I'll be blogging. Tuesday, I will be sure to, a lot of people have a hard time like, oh, I don't have time to be on social media. Or how do I like be sure to like do a coaching invite every other day? So you can jump on Hootsuite and just spend 30 minutes coming up with some post ideas and have them scheduled out so that you don't have to be doing that every day. And so that on your power hour that you do have, maybe on Sunday, you can be doing all your follow-ups and your power of threes. Does that make sense? So schedule out your posts so that you don't have to be like, oh gosh, like I'm not feeling creative today. I don't know what to share. And so get that done ahead of time. And so it doesn't hurt your business. Sometimes like I always feel more creative in the moment and want to share that then. So another idea is like following up with your team. So you can check into either if you have a team of your own, it could even just be like your girlfriend that signed up with you, or maybe like your mom or something. If you have just a little team, don't worry about it. Like we're talking big picture here. So follow up with the people you do have. if you don't have anyone at all, just follow up with like your coach family, like us, or in Katie's group, or with the coaches that you've connected with, and be building those relationships. To, like, follow up on their posts, you know, share what personal development takeaway you had. And then another day I'll do, Saturday is when I follow up with my challengers. It's so important to be following up with your challengers, because we all know it's easy to get like fall off the wagon. So Saturday is Saturday for me. So I always follow up with my challengers and see how their week went. And then it also, Saturday is kind of a good way, because then like Friday night they won't binge as much because they know I'm going to be weighing them the next day. So Saturday is when I follow up with them. So I'll spend 30 minutes going through my challenge group and make sure that I check in with Susie and Jackie and make sure they're doing awesome. What else? So that's basically some ideas so that you can take 30 minutes of your power hour and like divvy it up into chunks. So you're not being like, well, how do I write a blog post? How do I get on Instagram? I don't know what to tweet today. And then my challengers. So just make it work for you. What else do I want to say? I wanted to give you guys an Instagram tip because you guys got on. This is a little way that you can do in your power hour if you have leftover time or if you're super bored. People always say like, I don't have time to get on social media. And I'm like, but I see you online. So you have time to be posting if you're online, or you have time to check in with your team or the coach online office if you can be like playing your Candy Crush. So if you have little bits of time like that, that's when I would say like do a post then, or do this little Instagram tip. So this is a way to build your Instagram following. Guess what? It has 3 in the title. So this little trick is you will find somebody that you like on Instagram. So I'll look in a hashtag, and what do? I'll do like fit or fit chick or something that's along the lines. Like I'll even do like The Bachelorette, like some show that's kind of like fun that girls my age are into, and I'll look for girls whose profile I like on Instagram, and I kind of see their feed. Oh, I do travel stuff all the time because I always love girls who travel. I love Hawaii stuff. So I'll find some profile I like, and I will do this. I will like 3 pictures of theirs that I genuinely like, and then I will comment on one of their pictures and ask a question. So today I really liked this girl's plates that she had her healthy salad in. And I was like, oh my gosh, those are the prettiest plates ever. Where did you find them? And that is how I start a conversation with Instagram girls. Then she commented back that she got them at Home Goods. And I was like, oh my gosh, Home Goods is the bomb. I always spend way too much money there. And then the conversation starts flowing, and that's how my relationship starts with them. So I will do this 3 to at least 3 girls a day. And now I've built 3 little relationships, and then they start following me because we have same interests. I like their stuff, and they can relate to me. So that's something I learned from a girl on Amy Silverman's team, and that's been really helpful. And it really helps kind of just start relationships and start people interacting with you, and then they want to follow you. So that's basic power hour. Basically, you just have to be consistent if you want to really grow this business. You just have to be consistent with checking in every day into the things that are important to you and keeping your blinders on. When you seriously take this business and treat it like a business, you'll start making money like a business. It doesn't take a lot of time, but it takes you to stay focused and to do this every day. If you fall off the wagon and don't post for a few days, people stop seeing you in their news feed and they start wondering, oh, is Beth still doing her workouts? I guess she's not a Beachbody coach anymore because I don't see her working out. Or, gee, like, she's not someone I would come to because she's not doing it. So these little things, like, you don't think about it, but they make an impact on your business. So doing the power hour every day pays off. It's just about doing it and letting it snowball for you. Do you guys have any questions?
I have something to add.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So I might have talked about this a couple weeks ago. I can't remember. But it's something I have to remind myself a lot on when I tell myself I don't have enough time for things. And it's something that Tony Robbins talks about. And it's just writing down what you do in like a 48-hour period or even a week-long period and seeing where you're wasting time. So much of it is us saying we don't have time and we're watching TV for 4 hours a night. And yeah, we want some relaxation time and we want some time to unwind. But if you cut that 3 hours into 2 hours or even 15 minutes a night, that's 15 minutes more you could be spending on your business.
Right.
So just keep track of, a lot of us go to the excuse that we don't have time when we really have the same amount of time as people way more busier than us, and they manage to do these things. So
I
that's all.
completely agree with you. I think I saw this quote today. I'll probably slaughter it, but it was something like, we want more time, but we're not willing to work for more time. And if we actually worked on our business, like, we always saying like, oh, I want to relax, or, you know, I'm tired from my work day, I'm tired from my life. But if we just did these little sacrifices, we would actually be able to have the freedom that we want. The things, you know, more time with our family, more time in the future to watch TV with our loved ones, and not feel exhausted from an 8-hour work week or work day. So
Exactly.
I agree with you. So we just have to keep that in mind and push ourselves when, you know, it can be easy to relax and not want to do this, but if we remember why we're doing this and the end goal, like, I'm sure it'll push you to at least turn the TV off at least for an hour. So
Exactly.
all right. Well, thank you so much, guys, for getting on. Like, I seriously appreciate you, like, Tasha and Tabby, the fact that you guys get on when you're at work, that, like, shows so much initiative and so much respect to me and this team, and that you guys respect yourselves to actually be trying to grow yourselves even when you're at work. And it really means a lot to me that you guys are showing up, because it just shows me, like, how serious you are. And it really makes me excited, because this dedication and commitment is what will help you guys move forward. So I'm really proud of you guys. So thank you so much for making the time and effort to getting here. And I hope that this was helpful to you guys so that you can feel better and move forward confidently. All
Bye,
right.
guys.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.